Hey, this is Charlie Benante with Anthrax, and you are listening to the Shout It Out Loudcast with Tom and Zeus. Wow.
Oh, boy. Here we go. This is Gene Simmons.
Put that cookie down.
KISS.
Stop pressing the buttons.
Stockbroker Simmons.
Star? Paul Stanley. Is that what he does? Stop shouting. He's not what you would call a handsome man. Oh, no. Here come the KISS times.
Is that a positive thing? Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna grab me an ice cold mellow yellow.
Why? Why do that to the fan? Stop it. Why? Because fuck them. That's all.
What are you talking about?
617-525-08. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like KISS?
Settle down.
Hello. Hey, what's up there, KISS Army? Tom and Zeus with another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 303, Mailbag 6.
That's unbelievable. I cannot believe we're at number 6. God
Sometimes
damn.
called Ball Bag 6.
Is it really sometimes called that? God
Yes.
damn.
Mature minds. Yes.
Yes, I know. Well, we bask in our immaturity here, of course.
You think so?
Yes.
Tom, we did KISS Crazy Nights VHS last week.
Yeah, we turned a 12-minute video into a 90-minute episode.
God. People are like, the fuck you do? Like, we have to hit every video. We have to hit every album. This is part of this was on the agenda for years.
That's
and
right.
We finally came around to it. So
Yep.
we actually did a poll, right?
Yep, the poll was pretty simple. Which of the 3 music videos was your favorite? Turn on the Night, Crazy Crazy Nights, or Reason to Live? Turn on the Night wins the poll 49%. Reason to Live at 29%. And 22% of the people think that Crazy Crazy Nights is a good song, which it is not. Wesley Ship says, I went with Turn on the Night because it's definitely my favorite. And the video was shot in Massachusetts.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Our buddy, the Greek Thunder from Down Under, Thanos Akratides. Great show. I agree. Turn on the Night, number 1. Should have been a top 40 hit. Reason to Live is a great ballad. Shitty film clip. Crazy Crazy Nights, great anthem, but again, crap video. BK, Bruce Kulick, great lead work. Gene is in turbo mode. Agree. Good Girl Gone Bad should have been a single. Yes, it should have. Derek Rolando, Turn on the Night gets my vote for the cheesy effects, the girl, the fireworks, you name it. It doesn't matter. I would have voted for the I'll fight hell to hold you riff on a loop during the credits.
Oh, pew.
You know what? We should have put that in a poll. Oh, that would have been good. Our buddy Steve, going to be obvious, but Turn on the Night is the one for me. How this wasn't a huge hit, I will ever know. Yeah, that's one of the great unknown questions in history here.
Tom, have you ever gone on YouTube and heard the song My Way with just Paul Stanley?
God. Jericho. Dear Lord. Regular Ron says, happy-go-lucky footy pajama people. I'm howling. Yes, because you get it, Ron. Roston says, Turn on the Night was the 3rd single off the album, a music video made in Worcester, Mass. on January 27, 1988. I still have a baggie filled with fake snow that they shot off during the 3 times they ran through the song that night. Wow. That's pretty cool. Beach Boys of the GOAT. The rant was awesome. The rest was pretty good, too. Dave Arsenal says, Randy Stumpy Burridge, obscure reference.
What the Bruins need now is 3 goals from Randy Burridge.
Yeah, he scored 8 his entire career.
Well, that's handing over with the color commentator, Derek Ace fucking Sanderson.
Jeez, these guys with the Cooperall pants. I don't really like those. The way the Whalers and the Flyers, they're wearing those Cooperalls. I don't like them.
Yeah, I broke up one of my Christian sticks on it. I had to go replace it with a coho.
Big fan of the coho, and my buddy used to give me a Sherwood. Big fan of the Sherwood.
I was wearing a Jaffa helmet, I look like a moron. I gotta watch out.
Big fan of those Micron skates when I was a little kid. Big plastic boot helped me stabilize the toes. Anyways, that's what we got for Twitter.
We're on the Book of Face. A lot of comments on the fucking Crazy Nights video.
I'm telling you right now, we're not going to disclose any of our inside information. The fact that this episode did what it did is just it's a salute to you guys. I'll be honest.
It's a testament to you guys because it did very well.
It really is. It's amazing.
Let's see. Do I want to listen to a breakdown of Destroyer, or do I want to hear about the Crazy Nights videos?
I mean, I'm wondering if it's because people like, how the fuck did these guys do an episode on a 12-minute VHS? I gotta hear this.
Anyways, Bobby Kenner says, great episode as always, boys. Zeus busted my balls a little enforcer style on my Christmas special comment. All goods reminds me of how my brother and I jabbed each other growing up. By the way, the St. Louis Blues were the closest pro team to where I grew up, so I follow them. Are you a fan of Bernie Ferdico?
Oh, he was a handsome man.
The Cavallini brothers, Paul and Gino. Them and Dino Cicerelli made the all-Italian line.
Hey, I like you.
So I follow them, and Tony Twist was one of my favorites to watch. Hey,
speaking of another Paisan, how about Tony Tanti?
Oh, no. On this episode,
Tony Twist sounds like a band that would be on more.
Oh, he was a goon, I think. On this episode, I appreciate Crazy Nights mainly for this reason. I lost my dad to some tragic events. I'm reading this. I had no idea what you were going to say, so I apologize about the tone of my voice. I'm still laughing at Tony Twist, Bobby, so no disrespect meant. Tragic events was in my teens, KISS music, and especially Reason to Live helped me pull through all the dark. I owe Paul and Gene a lot. Get well soon, Zeus, and keep kicking ass. Nice. Sorry about your dad, buddy. Love that you like that song. I think Reason to Live should have been a big hit. I don't get why it wasn't.
It's a great song. If that was a Heart song or a different band, I mean, you could say that about almost every song that KISS did in the 80s. If they were done by other bands, it would have been hits.
Yeah, it just who's delivering it, right?
Yeah.
Anyway. Anthony, don't call me Mike Hunt. I was wondering how you're going to stretch a review of a 3-track videotape to over an hour. And, of course, the perfect rant. You're spot on, but it could be worse. Paul could start posting about the recipe for his perfect KISS playlist. Ugh. Like you, Tom, I didn't buy this, but I used to hire it from the local Blockbuster when I needed a KISS fix.
God.
KISS
Imagine going up to the...
You have problems if you have a KISS fix.
Imagine going up to the clerk at Blockbuster and be like, I'll take this video. I'll take this KISS VHS.
Yeah, I'll take Weird Science and KISS Crazy Nights with me. God. Oh, God. Shane Loudon asked, was the episode like 15 minutes? All right. Let's go to Loudcasters. And, of course, the fucking... As I had it pulled up, it goes away. I have these things pulled up to talk about before the episode starts, and sometimes by the time you go back to the Facebook page, it evaporates. So you got to find it again. But I got to scroll through 300 stupid shit on Loudcasters to get to it, including one too many cabbage soup recipes, Tom.
Oh, Jesus. And then John Whiteman with his AI pictures of friggin' sausages in a toilet.
Ooh, I think that fat comic fucking with his TikTok video about having cabbage soup as a diet is where it all started. I was thinking, oh, it makes you shit yourself. And I think that video that I put up is where it came from. And Ace was on a cabbage soup diet. I can't control myself. Oh. Poor Ace. Mike Murphy. Looking forward to this. But first, I hope everyone has had a chance to listen to that new Spotify playlist put out by Papas. It's fire. all these deep tracks that I doubt most people have heard of. I hope they release one of these Spotify playlists every few months, so gives us a fan something to look forward to. And then the fucking troublemaker, Denise, writes, I hope this is sarcasm.
Oh, geez, Denise. Yeah, Denise, she's like becoming like the pro-level shit stirrer on Loudcasters
All right,
now.
so I will say this to her. What she posted was apparently Matt Porter put up a comment about, like, hey, I'm proud of what I'm doing, this and that. There's a couple, that are fucking haters out there. And when he said that, he pointed out her comment.
Yeah, he pretty much quoted her.
Yeah, and he said crappy people like this that have no life and are angry. So she took that quote and posted it on Loudcasters and said, basically put it back on him. The fuck are you to say this shit about me? Because I didn't know who you were.
Right.
And then he had like his minions come out and say he's a nice guy. Again, we don't know Matt Porter from a fucking hole in the wall. Not that
I never met him.
Never met him. I never heard anything negative about the guy. He could be the nicest man in the world. Who fucking knows, to be honest with you? But I know he's never responded or jumped on anything we've ever done here until this. And now he responds left and right. Regardless, everybody started coming out of the woodworks, name calling. Everybody's calling everybody a loser or an asshole.
It got real ugly. It got real ugly.
I woke up to it and I just fucking deleted. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? This kiss-tard world community is ridiculous. It's either you have to love everything about Kiss and you can't say anything, or, you're a miserable fucking person.
But it's also we talked about this before. It's a way to this is what happens when Kiss has been absent for a year.
Yeah.
They need to fill the void. It's actually just like sports talk radio. We live in Boston. Boston sports talk radio is a fucking cesspool.
Oh,
it's the same. It's the fucking same thing. You say one critical thing about a Boston sports team, and all the fucking green teamers. It's like a green teamer is like a Boston Celtics version of a Kiss tard. It's the same thing.
It's the same about everything.
Yep.
But there's a time and place for everything. I'm not one of these. Hey, let me go on. I just tried this new restaurant open up. Oh, they fucking took 20 minutes extra to get me my sub. So I'm going to go shit on them and give them 1 star when they're new to the community and stuff.
Yep.
People that just take their opinion way too seriously, or, the opposite. Like, oh, you're not allowed to express your opinion. How dare you? Like, everybody just calm the fuck down.
Yep.
Really. And unfortunately, it's gotten that way with the Kiss world. You can't say anything. Nobody read what her comment was. They just took it as you're attacking that guy, and that guy's loved, and so he can get away with calling somebody else angry. And he also kind of said, the miserable groups. In other words, us.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't too happy about. He later said, no, this group isn't as bad as others. Gee.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. As bad as others.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate.
But if you come on my show, you can't say anything negative. You can't say anything negative.
Appreciate the patronizing and condescending words. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And again, it's just stupid. Fucking either stand by what you mean, be a big boy, or just shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Okay. All the way through. And enough of the fucking dumb nonsense about all this shit. Anyway, Tom, we'll go to Joseph Collins. Great episode, guys. Did you guys notice if you watch Reason to Live video on YouTube, the ending is different from the original version? The original, she's holding a gun. On YouTube, she's burning the picture of Paul and herself.
Interesting. Good call there.
I don't want to burn the picture of myself. I want a picture of me making some pastrami.
Ooh. I want a picture of her holding a pistol like my love gun. Because it's like my dick.
I want a picture of her spreading my eyebrows even higher on my forehead when I get some Botox. Woo!
Crooked man.
Crooked man. Tom Warhol, great episode, guys. Still have my copy too. Didn't watch anywhere near as much as Exposed and Extreme Close-Up, but back then getting anything about the band was seen as a score. Unlike today where all we get is a fucking playlist. Oops. Whoopee. I can't wait for the Festivus episode this year. Yeah, Thomas.
Every episode is Festivus.
The great John Whiteman, who just makes me literally laugh out loud.
He hits it. He just
oh my
fucking crushes
God.
it. Yep.
I fucking love his posts. He just knows that fine line. I remember watching this almost every day, and I got so used to the way they edited the beginning solo of I'll Fight to Hell You onto the beginning of Turn on the Night that I wouldn't be disappointed when I listened to the CD and expected Turn on the Night to start after I heard the cool solo. But instead was rewarded the streaming turd of a song.
No.
These 3 videos are cringy as fuck now, but a 50-year-old me would have thought they were epitome of cool.
It's true.
Then we get to this guy, Jody Harriman. I have to bring this up, Tom.
I kissed and made up. No pun intended.
Regardless, he basically goes on to say, I love your show. You two have done more than your fair share to keep the eternal spirit of the beautiful band alive. I say nothing but an endless thanks and appreciation for your continued dedication. However, I need to express my sincerest and utmost satisfaction with something that is steamrolling out of control and has been doing so for some time now. It really started to annoy and aggravate and anger me on so many multiple levels. Please stop ripping on Paul.
No.
All the live long day.
No.
You two seem to take an infinite liking to bashing in things and he said or done. He conducted himself on that video, that interview, that song. I didn't find it humorous in the least.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Paul Stanley is kissed. There are times when the two of you seem to be singing the praises of Ace and Peter. Isn't this funny how like now we love Ace and we hate Paul? Apparently,
Well, that's why my response to him was like, dude, what the fuck?
And during along the same related topic, take a dig at Paul. And I'm usually like, wait, what the fuck did I hear? Did I hear that right? Particularly the latest podcast, it was repetitive occurrence. I find myself utterly bewildered by the time I reach the end. Again, Paul is Kiss.
No shit.
Without him, the band never sees the light of day.
No shit.
This was my favorite part. I'll Fight Hell to Hold You is an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah, see,
so please grab a meat hook and scrape the shit out of your ears and know a gem when you hear one. Christ, you two praise that absolute work of horse spunk effort by Peter on his solo album, which is about the equivalent of 2 rabid albino weasels fucking in a blender while going through a table saw. Without Stan Island, Shout It Out Loudcast is never born. Think about that. Yeah, we know how big Paul is.
We know how big Paul is.
We've done episodes praising him.
But that's why I respond. Like, dude, forget it. I'm too tired.
Yeah, it's funny because the conversations Tom and I have, and we're going to be perfectly blunt with you, it's not so much Kiss itself, but the Kiss Army, it's gotten tiring.
It's awful.
It's
awful.
It's tiring, tiresome, whatever you want to say.
Because it's everything. Zeus said it perfectly when we wrote our book, Raise Your Glasses, now available at shoutouts.com. The book is about the part of Kiss that people miraculously seem to forget, which is the music, the songs. Everything that's going on right now in Kiss world because the band is retired, it's fucking awful. And it's making both of us really just, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. And like, I get Jody has a right to say, I think you guys are tough on Paul, whatever. But give me a break. This is our show. How do you like our show and not get that we can see 2 things at the same time? We can see Paul's brilliance and like how he is, just like you say, the epitome of Kiss, and without him, there is no Kiss. I get it. Yeah, we agree with you.
I've said it before.
But he's prancing around like a goof in those videos. That can't be true as well.
I've said it before. I love the Star Child. I hate Paul Stanley. I don't understand how you can't. So you can't dislike Paul. Like, obviously we know no Paul, no Kiss. So that means I have to like bow down to every fucking thing he does.
You have to like his great pasta photos, Tom. That you have to do that.
That's fucking robotic. That is not human. That is not a human function.
Well, that's being fake. And that's what, because this is a miserable group. Maybe if we go to the footy pajama side.
No, you know what it is?
No, that's not allowed.
No, you know what it is? And nowadays, being honest is considered miserable. If you want everybody to go suck each other's dick, then there's fucking 200 Facebook groups out there where you could post a picture of Ace Frehley standing still with his hands in his pocket and get 300 comments. Oh, the spaceman! I love Ace! If that's what you want to do, join those groups. Otherwise, we're going to comment on the... Do you think that if we didn't like KISS, we wouldn't be at episode 305 or whatever fucking episode this is?
303.
Dear God. It's amazing the fucking brain rot that some of you have.
Yeah, it's funny because like we have this and then we'll get the other side of it. It's like you guys hate Ace, you love Paul, and you Paul. And look, buddy, we can think two things at the same time. And by the way, again, a big pet peeve of mine is I hate when people lump us together. The Paul hate comes from Tom, not so much me. I don't know where that you two. Tom can't stand Paul Stanley. He loves the Star Trek.
I can't stand him.
But you guys lump us. Oh, I hate how you guys shit on fucking Great Expectations. That's Tom, not me. I hate how you guys fucking love Peter Chris's fucking Out of Control. That's me, not Tom.
Right.
Just fucking get it straight. There's two personalities here. We don't always agree on things.
Right.
Anyways, we had some fun with Jody going back and forth, and you guys have a right to tell us you think we're too tough on Paul. That's fine. But I love how he gets I don't understand how you could be this mean to, and then he gets, in an attempt to be humorous, so descriptive about how bad Peter Chris's album is, and it sucks, and it's two gerbils fucking each other or whatever in a blender, right? He can do that, and that's okay.
Violently offensive, but I can't. No,
we can't do anything about Paul. Laugh about how ridiculous he looks dancing in those videos,
right?
Come on, buddy. Come on.
I agree.
Let's be real here.
Yep. That felt good.
What's that line from Jamie Foxx when he says to Whitney Houston, "You ain't that high, Whitney.
You ain't that high. You ain't that high.
Bobby Brown is the king of R&B.
Rocks and blunts, ribs and barbecue.
He's the king of R&B. Getting an album out since '88. You ain't that high, Whitney.
You ain't that high, Whitney."
One of the greatest
rocks
fucking standing
rocks and blunts.
Hey, Shaq, you just won the champion. How do you feel? I feel good.
I feel good.
I just want to thank my mama. Can you dig it?
The best is the fucking OJ. He's got that walk. He's got that walk.
Every time I see him walk, I think he did it.
He's got that OJ walk.
Yeah, that's right. I'll kill again, motherfucker. Look like you're wiping blood off his shoes. He does the shoulder move with the thumb.
He's got that little stutter step with the.
Yeah, he's walking with a hump, and he's got the thumb out, and he's fucking. Oh man, greatest thing. Let's go over to YouTube. Over on YouTube, you got Patton Diorama saying laser disc, Peter North ropes.
Jesus.
Fucking means. The great Chris Flood, who we love. After KISS took off the makeup, Gene should have just worn Jerry Cheever's hockey mask. I saw on MySpace, your gal Fish said she got many a mustache ride from Derek Sanderson. But then she met the wrestler Ox Baker, and it was a crazy, crazy night.
Oh, God.
What the fuck? All right, Tom, back to you.
All right, let's look at what we got going on here with Instagram. We got Dave Rockstar. Enjoyed this review, even though it only had 3 songs on it. It's a bit like an EP. Sword and Stone was meant to be on this album, but was left off as it didn't fit the vibe. Yep, we've talked about that. Imagine the video they would have made for that in the 80s. Oof. Junior Vintage. My rewrite of history would have made at least one Gene song as a video. Good Girl Gone Bad or Hell or High Water. P.S. What advice would Derek Sanderson have on Paul touching his ass so often in these videos?
You got to keep your hands off your ass there.
Yeah, gotta get your hands up.
Joseph Stumpy Stumple.
Joseph Stumple. And he's nice player, good like Bob Joyce, Craig Jenny, good line.
Bobby Joyce there came along with Craig Jenny, right out of the Olympics, made the Bruins against that New Jersey Devils franchise series there. Oh, great game.
All right, we got Bassman. Oh, I'm sorry. Now I sound like fucking Tom Snyder. Baseman Tim K. Why didn't you guys mention your upcoming appearance on Eddie Trunk for the Creatures vs. Lick It Up throwdown? I love it. It was my idea. Oh, this is Tim. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name, Tim K. And to have you two fellow Kiss tards involved is a huge bonus. Yeah, hopefully you guys heard that. We put it up as a bonus episode on our podcast feed and our social media. That was a ton of fun. Eddie had us on for about 20 minutes or so talking about our book and Creatures vs. Lick It Up. So that was awesome. And
by the way, the great AJ White said the same thing. Yeah, that was my idea.
Yeah. It's kind of like, yeah, everybody did that. And we're going to go to emails, and we get the aforementioned AJ White here. And he's commenting on how I made a comment last week about how somebody said they heard Mr. Speed as their first Kiss song ever. AJ says it's possible because it was on the B side of the 45 with Hard Luck Woman. All right. That's good inside Kiss Tard stuff there, AJ. Thank you for that. I would have never thought of that. I still don't believe that's somebody's first Kiss song, but that's okay. And we're going to wrap up feedback here with a pretty cool DM we got on Facebook. And this comes from a local Massachusetts guy. Ooh. Now, Ivan, you're going to have to forgive me if I screw up your name here. This is from Ivan Zoikov. He says, I got a question. Which is the biography book on Kiss, a thorough history of the band? P.S. Thank you guys. Best podcast ever about music. I'll answer that first. The best one is probably Behind the Mask. Then he says, thank you guys for another mega awesome episode. I am a hidden Kiss tard. You make my commute from Chelsea to Gloucester. Ooh, that's far. Ooh. God damn. Funny and exciting. Please keep on rocking. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Ivan, thank you. And the fact that we are keeping you excited and making you laugh on that lengthy, horrendous commute, and I know what it's like to have a bad commute there. Ivan, you, my friend, are the comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I like the way you think. I'm going to be watching you.
Gloucester. They're always from Gloucester.
Gloucester.
Do you remember that?
Was that from The Departed?
Perfect Storm.
Oh shit, of course.
Thank you,
Gloucester. Ivan, thanks, man. Appreciate it very much.
Yeah. So, Tom, we'd like to thank our Patreon family next. Woo! We got a new member on as a Star Child member, Julian Grandison. Came on earlier today, and Julian joins us and joins the Patreon family right around the holidays and gets to enjoy all the charm and love of the Shout It Out Loudcast Patreon family, Tom.
Awesome. Love it.
I actually, as a housekeeping note, I finally got out because the guitar picks had come in. Everyone from Patreon should have finally gotten the last of the merch, just got mailed today. So unless you're a new member, everybody's stuff is in the mail that hasn't received theirs yet. We're getting our messages back from people saying they got it. So if you are a member and you haven't received your stuff, let us know, but it should be out there. Julian comes on and he will also be getting his Shout It Out Loudcast merch. Amongst them could be t-shirts, could be guitar picks, could be Shout Out Loudcast koozies, stickers. And in addition to that, they get involvement in the show, polls, ARC picks, interaction, Flashback Friday polls. And in addition, they're part of different video chats that we have. We have the message boards. There's tons of stuff there for Patreon family members. And the big thing about Patreon is there to support our show. And it's and there since, I don't know, season 2 or 3 when we started. And it's been a huge help to us grow. It's helped us continue the success that we've been fortunate enough to have. And it goes to stuff like our software, which we are improving because we have some special stuff coming up in the future, which can't wait to share with you guys.
Yes,
and
yes.
So much more. Patreon, if you guys are interested in helping out the show, I love these guys. I want to fucking see them continue to grow and do new and better things. Patreon is where you can come on and support us. You just go to shoutitoutloudcast.com, our website, Patreon, the app, or patreon.com. You search for us under creators, Shout Out Loudcast, and you sign up. We have 4 different tiers for 4 different monetary contributions. And you want to help us out, that's the best way to help the show continue to grow. And we appreciate your support. Julian, thank you so much for joining. And everybody else from the Patreon family. We have one more video chat with the whole group to go. So come on board, anybody that's new, and join the Patreon family.
Patreon, you guys rock. Julian, thank you so much for being a part of the family. So many great things to offer you guys, and we're just extremely generous for everything you do. And I always say it, whether you're brand new to the family like Julian, you've been there since day one, or somewhere in between, it doesn't matter. We appreciate each and every one of you. So please join now, explore, find out what it's all about. Patreon.com, search for us, or go to our website at shoutitoutloudcast.com, click on the link.
Tom, let's go to Kiss World. What do we got there?
Well, so Gene Simmons, the band, has made his first announcement for some U.S. tour dates. May 3rd, he's performing at the Beaver Dam Amphitheater in Beaver Dam, Kentucky. Right now, for some strange reason, that is the only date that's available. But it's a good sign to see that there's some activity there with Gene. We did hear from Christina that there was going to be dates. So there's one. Hopefully there's many more to come.
And if you read the announcement, I don't know if it's the old wrong announcement or if it's the new announcement. So they have Brian Tichy, they have Brent Woods, but they go back and say Zach Throne is on this.
Right. We
so
might have to reach out to
I don't know if that's the old one.
Right.
Where it was, like Zach was like, dude, I'm not part of this. Or if it's new.
Well, there's one way to find out. We can reach out to Zach.
Ask Zach and see if we can get an answer from him.
Yep.
But I just found that curious. That's all.
No, it's a great point. Agreed. Paul celebrated his 19th wedding anniversary. Good for him. He also did something at the Wentworth Art Gallery with his shows. Who cares? Whatever.
Whoa, wait.
Whoa, you guys shit on Paul way too much.
Hey, by the way, did you see he did like a fucking like painting class afterwards? Like, this is the shit that I don't get. And you know what? For some people, they really want Paul Stanley from KISS. I want to ask him, you know, what happened in 1980 and the Unmasked, whether they should have went that poppy. I want to ask him about, you know, any chance they could have done more songs with Vinny. I want to ask him this. I don't want to fucking paint color by numbers with Paul Stanley. Yeah, I can only imagine how much that costs to do that with him.
So I looked into it. So it's, first of all, it's called Paint with Paul.
Yeah.
That's the name of the event.
Yeah.
And you have to call for pricing. They will not post it on their website or the internet. You have to call.
Oh, why? Unless you're paying me, why do I want to paint with you, Paul?
Because he's Paul Stanley.
Like, he wants that shit. He wants people to tell him what a great fucking cook he is.
Yep.
He doesn't want to hear you ask him questions about fucking The Elder.
Nope.
That's the shit that I don't get. How much of a kiss tart are you that you want to do paint by numbers with Paul?
He did it on the cruise. I mean, remember they had a whole. I know. I get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Because they do that, he gets away with doing shit like that. Like, he doesn't have to do music stuff. He can just be like, I'm Paul Stanley. People pay money for the watch to have me teach them how to paint. And then when you see the pictures that they did, I can't tell the difference if it's a Paul painting or the guy that just started painting.
Or something from the third grade art show from fucking the school down the street. Yeah, whatever.
Unbelievable.
But that makes us fucking idiots because we want Paul to do KISS stuff. Because we don't give a shit about his painting. That makes us bad.
And we don't inflate his fucking ego about this stupid shit that really no one gives a fuck.
Nope.
Actually, we're the only ones who don't give a fuck, but that's okay.
No, there's a lot of other people too. Bruce is out there doing interviews. He loves talking about KISS and different things, his guitar solos and this, that, and whatever. Good for Bruce. He's out there doing stuff. He's got events coming up, Creatures Fest in a couple weeks. Eric
is joining him on that Creatures Fest. I don't think we discussed that. I think that's the first time in a while he's been kind of part of that, you know, Creatures Fest group doing stuff. It's nice to see Eric joining and being part of something.
Yeah.
Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, I agree. Good to see. Definitely good to see. But again, the band itself. Oh, wait. How could we forget about this? Hello, Paul Stanley did an interview and got everybody's fucking panties in a bunch when he said, "Oh yeah, KISS could maybe do a one-off show in the future," and everybody's fucking hair caught on fire. So what do we think of that?
Yeah, I don't see it being a fucking big deal. I think at some point when money's low, things like that, or whatever, the juices go. Maybe they do a one-time show at a Vegas event,
nope,
or the KISS cruise. Yeah, I can see that.
No, I know we've gone back and forth about that. I just thought it was interesting that he said that, because Paul, let's be serious, Paul chooses his words very, very carefully. He's very measured in everything he says. So I don't think he was running his mouth when he said that. So maybe you're right. Maybe something.
But it might be something they think about this. If they do, when it comes around to the avatars, when they come out, maybe KISS does a performance before that, just to something to hype it up.
Like to introduce the avatars.
Yeah, or something like that.
Maybe. Yeah, you might be right.
It's the anniversary of the KISS Army, I believe, this week.
I think it's today. I think we're recording on Thursday the 21st. Yes.
Yeah. KISS also released some merch stuff again, right? We didn't talk really about that.
Yeah, they released some Christmas stuff. They put out some new Christmas stuff, like a Creatures of the Night thing with their
Holy Night, Silent Night.
Oh, jeez. Stocking stuffers for Ace.
Frehley sings the Christmas classics.
Oh, holy night. Hey, somebody said something about a Yule log. You're not going to believe what I have.
Frehley sings the Christmas classics. Buy yours now from Time Life.
Santa Frehley.
Joy to the world. I just took a dump.
Oh, come, all ye faithful. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Oh, by the way, somebody also made some AI imagery for us and did a Christmas in the Shed image, which, that's coming soon. Stay alert for that for the holidays.
In addition to that, you forgot to mention, how about that Ace interview that he just did?
Oh, we were going to finish with that because that's too good. Dude, so the biggest problem in that entire thing was that interviewer. That guy was completely and 100% clueless as to anything about Ace or Kid. The guy knew nothing. No, Ace, he was like, I just woke up. I think his wig was on backwards.
And he had like fucking major head itch or dandruff. He was like fucking scratching his head.
Guy's like, the interview was like, hey, you still talk to the guys? You got anything coming out of your guitar these days? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. You playing some of that rock and roll music?
My favorite was the guy asked Ace about the show he had the previous night. Ace is like, I don't know what that was.
He looked like he just fucking woke up from a bender.
And then somebody posted, I sent you a picture. Somebody did a meet and greet and took a picture with Ace sitting on a couch. And I sent it to you. I go, there is no way Ace is conscious in this picture. There's no fucking way.
That keeps on giving.
Oh,
and then we were talking about like the food stuff we just did on Dorm Damage. And we're like, okay, I got a new concept for you. And that's what we're going to take into the break right now, Tom. So let's go into our little break while the new venture is out. And okay, I just want to talk to you guys about my new venture. It's called Stanley and Frehley Catering. Woo. Paul's going to make some disgusting pasta. And I'm going to fucking sit on a bowl and keep eating it and refilling it up. And come back out with everlasting pasta. Woo.
All right, we're back, and jumping in on the food thing is for dessert, we got a new creation. It's Cusano cannolis. It's going to be pretty interesting here. So you do not want to know what those cannolis are stuffed with. I can tell you that right now.
Vinny, I got a paw on my cannoli. What's going on here, buddy?
Gee, this thing tastes great, but it smells like a golden retriever. What the hell are you doing?
If you want another order, give me 10 minutes. I'll be back. But do you have a shovel? I need to dig up some more food for you. I'll be right back.
God almighty, what are we doing? Oh.
Tom, We got a lot of fucking KISS ventures, but we got to get to the fucking mailbag. All right.
Yep.
And we did it differently this year, right?
Yeah. So we sent out the red button like we do every year. Got a ton of questions because every episode ends with a question of the week. But we decided, so we got those questions. We're gonna bank those. Those are gonna be great. But we want to do something different to continue to give back to our patrons. And we said, let's start a new tradition where the mailbag episode is specific to our patrons. So if you submitted questions via the red button, we have them. They're going to get used eventually. But our annual mailbag episode will be priority driven by the patrons, which we think is really cool and a nice perk for how great you guys are. So we're going to get into it here. We don't read these questions in advance. I mean, sometimes we can't really avoid them just by looking at them, but we're just going to start right here. This comes from Brian Gray. Speaking of Ace, is an Ace-related question here, Zeus.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
Not you, Vinny. Do you think Ace Frehley's future albums would do better with guest singers instead? Maybe Ace sings one rocker fitting his vocals. You were saying how great the songs are on his latest album. They're not great, which I agree, but the atrocious vocals hinder the song. I don't think it would matter on future tours because he doesn't really play the new stuff and he's adding a lot of KISS filler. Anyway, let me know what you think. Peace out, Brian Gray.
Tom, I would say, yeah, I'd rather hear other people sing than Ace. I would rather see like an EP, maybe 4 or 5 songs from Ace. The great thing about Ace is when he was in KISS, if he do 2 or 3 songs, that's all you need.
That's right.
Because, you know, he put his heart into those. He worked hard on it. And in KISS is making sure that the vocals aren't that embarrassing. But 10 songs of Ace singing, whew, that's rough.
I totally agree. I agree with you and I agree with Brian. I mean, those early albums, you had Todd Howarth singing some of the songs. You had Ace singing some of the songs. Nobody wants to hear Ace sing. They want to hear him play the guitar. They want to go to an Ace concert and see him play. But you're right. Singing an entire album and singing an entire show or whatever, no. I agree. Get guest singers or get a singer to come in, or, you know, have one those other guys that you're playing with right now. Those guys can sing. Ryan Spencer Cook, he can sing.
So can Jeremy.
Jeremy, those guys can sing, and I think that should be the focus moving forward. Ace, no one wants to hear Ace sing, or at least me and you don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next one comes here from Rex J. Cox. My question is, now that KISS has retired and haven't released new material, is there another band that you follow as much as KISS?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Go ahead.
There's no one that is still putting out new music. So I always have my top 5. My top 5 is KISS, Led Zeppelin, no. Eagles, no. George Jones, no. Elvis, no. So no, there's no new band that's releasing new music. Only band that I can think of that's kind of new that releases new music is Jerry Cantrell, Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots.
But at least the Eagles are active. They're not releasing music, but they're semi-active.
Yeah, they're releasing like live versions of some of their shows and stuff. Yeah, that's it. But besides that, they're all dead or gone, basically.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm lucky because my second favorite band is Metallica, and they put out a new album last year. They're touring. They're very active. We're lucky enough to have the official Metallica podcast on Pantheon Podcast Network with us, which is great. So yeah, I follow them, and you know, huge Alice in Chains, Jerry Cantrell fan. Like Zeus said, Jerry just released a new album, which is fantastic. He's doing a solo tour.
Jerry.
Hello, Jerry. Yeah. So look, Rex. You know, I'm speaking for myself here. I'm resigned to the fact that I am left with all the memories of KISS, all their music, all of the merch that I have, and, you know, the T-shirts and stuff. I'm resigned to the fact KISS is now like Led Zeppelin for me. It's all retro stuff. It's books. It's the music. They're gone, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. This one comes from Vinny. Uh-oh.
Yes,
it just says,
wrote that.
Yes. What deep cuts do you hope? Oh, should we call those hidden hits? I don't know. What deep cuts do you hope that Gene plays when he tours next year? And why is the answer Naked City?
Oh, interesting. I would love to hear Good Girl Gone Bad.
Yep.
I know he does play this from time to time. Plaster Caster.
Yep.
I would Secretly Cruel would be another one that I'd like to hear. And how about All the Way?
Yep. Yeah, for me, it would definitely be some of the non-makeup stuff that we always talk about. Thief in the Night's a great one. I love that song. Good, obviously, Good Girl Gone Bad. We always sing the praises of that. Secretly Cruel is you mentioned that one. Even something like Spit, off of Revenge, or some of the stuff like Two Timer off of Dress to Kill. I don't know how deep of a cut that is. Almost Human. I always wave the flag for Almost Human. At this point right now, Gene is my guy. Anything that he plays that's considered a deep cut, like my head blew up when he played Charisma when we saw them in Vegas. I mean, that's a deep cut. I love that song. So if he can do anything like that, I will say I think the most recent set list I saw, it was filled with kind of hits. He had a couple deeper cuts. He did play some stuff off the vault. I think he played Are You Ready, which was cool. So I'd like to see more of that. Maybe Mongoloid Man. That'd be quite interesting if he jumped into that. But yeah, good stuff there. And this comes from the aforementioned John Whiteman. Do you think any of the original 4 KISS members would be a successful country music artist? Peter seems like the natural choice, but I think Gene would do very well. I don't think it would work for Paul, and Ace would be hilariously bad.
I would say Gene, because if you listen to The Vault, there's all sorts of kind of acoustic stuff and melody kind of country stuff that you could kind of picture. Could Paul pull it off? Yeah, he could. He probably could if he wanted to. I don't think it's a natural thing for him to do that kind of music. I don't think Peter would be good at country at all. I think they're thinking, oh, Peter sings the less heavy songs, so he can do country. No, he's more R&B and old school rock and roll stuff. But I don't know if he could pull off hillbilly rock type of country stuff. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. But I think Gene is the natural.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't think Peter would be good with country music at all. I think his raspy voice suits the soulful R&B stuff, like his solo album. I don't think that translates to country. I think Paul can do anything he wants, but the problem is there any heart in it? Meaning, yeah, Paul's brilliant. Okay, alert. Positive things about Paul being said. Alert. Paul's brilliant. He could. I mean, look at Soul Station. Okay, he could do whatever he wants, but would it be?
It's not natural for him.
Yeah. Would it be contrived if he did it? It would probably sound good, but would it be like manufactured? I think, like Zeus said, I think Gene could do the country stuff, especially when he sings in that singing voice that Gene can do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think actually Gene would be the one for me.
Yeah. Alan Jackson was saying, Paul's gone country. Look at them boots.
Well, geez, call me honky tonk man right here. I love it. Got some spurs. I got a saddle. Good stuff.
I tried to walk the line. I couldn't do it.
I can't. The last time I walked the line, so sobriety tests.
Last time I tried to walk the line, I just snorted it.
Scott S. What do you believe are the top? Well, I'll edit this question for brevity's sake. What do you believe are the top 5 most important KISS songs? Not the best or your favorite, but the most important for the band, either at the time of release or now as part of their legacy.
All right. I'll go with this. Detroit Rock City, Black Diamond are 2 of them.
Okay.
Lick It Up is a 3rd. Beth is 4. And what do you call it? The disco song, I Was Made for Loving You.
Okay, I'll agree on some of that. So I would definitely say Beth, Rock and Roll All Night, I Was Made for Loving You.
Ah, shit, I forgot Rock and Roll All Night. So take out, what was the other one? Black Diamond, and put Rock and Roll All Night ahead of it. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I would say those 3 for sure. And you're saying important. I mean, it's tough. I mean, is Love Gun important? It's is Detroit Rock City's important.
I Was Made for Loving You's got 1 billion streams.
No.
It's the biggest.
That made my list.
worldwide KISS song there is.
Oh that made my list. I'm just trying to round it out. I mean, it could be something off the first album. I don't know, Deuce, Strutter. Honestly, that's the interesting thing about KISS. They're a weird band because they're not like a hits-driven band. If you would have asked me this question about Led Zeppelin, I'd be able to do it in 2 seconds. KISS is weird because they don't have that kind of catalog where you can just roll off those songs. I mean, yeah, Lick It Up could be because it came off the non-makeup album.
Give me your 5 Zeppelin. It's so easy.
Most important Zeppelin songs?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
Whole Lot of Love.
Yeah.
Immigrant Song.
Important?
I'm saying important. I'm not saying best. I'm saying
Immigrant Song?
Come on. Oh, God, yeah. Well, okay. Well, hold on a second. That's a good question. What are we defining? What does important mean?
Well, that's why I didn't think it was easy because I don't know what important means.
Okay, so right, if we're gonna, to me, I look at maybe we're interpreting the word important differently because to me, I think career defining. That's what I look at when I say important.
Pivotal to their career.
Pivotal to their career. Right.
Okay.
I mean, if that was, rock and roll, going to California, the whole fucking Zeppelin 4 album. You know what I mean? Because then after that, none of those albums really did anything unless you were a diehard Zeppelin fan.
Yeah, I would go Kashmir.
Okay, yeah.
Good Times, Bad Times changed everything in music. Yeah, to musicians it did.
Yeah, but
a whole lot of love. Rock and roll, and what's the other one? And Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, but even though that was a little bit difficult, it was way easier for me than it was for KISS.
Yeah, for KISS, again, Rock and Roll Night still plays in stadiums everywhere now.
Rock and Roll Beth and I Was Made for Loving You are right off the top.
Yeah, those are the three.
Those are right off the top.
The other one is Lick It Up because it brought new life to the band and said you can continue without wearing makeup.
I mean, I would also say maybe Heaven's on Fire, just because of the video.
Lick It Up is already big.
No, but I would add Heaven's on Fire on top of it. Yeah. Just because of the video and because it just became anthemic for them. But I think my ultimate point is that KISS is a band where it's kind of hard to do that. But it's a great question. That's why we love the mailbag. Kendall Lacey asks, if they filmed the KISS story in 2024, who would you have playing the 4 members and who would you have covering KISS on the soundtrack?
God, I mean, I don't know what actors who can transform themselves into like these guys. I have no idea.
I'll answer that simply by the only way to do that would be to have 4 completely unknown people. You'd have to have 4 complete unknowns so that there's no predisposition to the actors.
When we got Brad Pitt plays Paul Stanley.
You'd have to have 4 guys that just graduated from like acting school. For the soundtrack, I don't know. Have the fucking Talisman do it. Or have Classic 78 do it.
Many pop stars from today. If you want that soundtrack to do well, I'd grab like the Katy Perry's and all that, Dua Lipa's and all that, and what do you call her, Lady Gaga, and things like that to give some like a different approach to those songs by a major female pop star. Something like that would work for them.
Okay, that'd be cool.
There's no rock people or pop guy thing that would help those songs.
No, I agree. All right. This question is going to take a little bit of work because, of course, it comes from Murph.
Good Lord.
Let's imagine that double platinum is only platinum. What 10 songs make the album?
Okay. So if we're going to do it this way, then.
So hold on. Let me clarify. He's talking about the 20 tracks on double platinum, cut out 10. Which 10 make the final cut?
I understand that. My point is we're not adding songs. No. We're going by what's on there now.
Yes.
Cut it down to 10.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right. So
this is easy.
I want Strutter 78 there because it's different. I want the Calling Dr. Love remix, which is fucking tastic.
Yep.
I want Love Gun. That's 3. God of Thunder, that's 4. Firehouse, that's 5. I want Deuce, that's 6. Detroit Rock City, that's 7. Rock and Roll All Night, that's 8. Beth, that's 9. I want Black Diamond, that's 10. But I want Come On and Love Me, so I...
Got to get rid of something.
I'll take out... No, I'm going to leave out Come On and Love Me because I'm not taking out Firehouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go with
All right. So for me, definitely Strutter 78. Definitely Do You Love Me. Definitely the Colin Dr. Love remix, which is fantastic, like you said.
That's 3.
Yep. Definitely Firehouse.
That's 4.
Definitely Deuce.
5.
Detroit Rock City.
6.
I'm going with that really weird rock bottom intro that goes into She, because I think that's fucking awesome.
I like that too. I do.
Yep. That's 7. Rock and Roll All Night at 8.
8.
Come On and Love Me at 9. Black Diamond at 10.
Okay, no Beth on double platinum.
No, I don't like that song. I'm not going to pick that. Just because it's a good song doesn't mean I have to like it.
I didn't go with my favorite song. I didn't go by my favorite songs. I'm saying if you were taking 10 songs.
Yeah, but you can't really go wrong with any of these, except for the fact that you can. I agree with you,
but I'm saying, like, if you're selling this album as platinum,
yep.
Like, what are the best 10 songs of that 20?
The 10 that I just named.
Not that I'm saying they're the best to me, but like
right.
That's how I was looking at it.
No, I got you.
We each can do it differently. It's fine.
Yep.
So, okay.
All right, a good buddy, Nige Savage. Back in the 80s, Gene seemed like the odd one out for reasons we now know. Given that back then it was basically Paul's band, and given the industry then was very looks over substance, how close do you think Paul came to kicking Gene out of the band and replacing him with a typical younger, good-looking bass player to fit the MTV hair metal look? Do you think that ever happened?
Would never happen, number one. First of all, I don't think he could, and I don't think it would ever happen. I think Paul would be more apt to do Paul Stanley solo. Just like Vince Neil left Motley Crue for a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. There was 0.0 chance Paul would ever kick out Gene. Well, regardless of how unhappy he may have been with his splintered attention to Hollywood and the actors and the women, Paul knew exactly what he had with Gene. He was too big. He was too valuable of an asset. There was no way he was going to get rid of him. If he did anything, he could have tried to say, Gene, let's do something about that fucking hair. You could have had a conversation about that. Zeus, that's an interesting perspective too. Paul just could have left the band and become Paul Stanley.
Yeah, there's no way Gene would allow it. Like, yeah, you're going to kick me out and continue the band without me. After everything I've done, how I've been a part of creating this band, no way. No way.
Yep. All right, this is a fun one. This comes from John Restano. So this is kind of a little game he's asking us to play. You're a contestant on Jeopardy. There's a category called the worst, and your answers start with what is. Yes, we know how Jeopardy is. For $100, the worst KISS album name is...
Either Music from the Elder, without there being a movie, The Elder, or Animalize. Fucking stupid.
Okay. For me, this one was easy. Sonic Boom. It just sounds so forced and contrived. It's stupid. I don't like it. I don't like it. But you're right. Music from the Elder is easy. But I think it's a good, but at the time it was good because it was a concept album. So it made sense.
Yeah, but it's just the stupid part of it is there is no Elder movie.
Right. No, you're right.
I remember when I didn't know about Music from the Elder coming out and I got back into KISS. And
where's the movie?
I'm like, what's Music from the Elder? KISS did a movie?
Right.
Where's the soundtrack? And I couldn't find the tape or anything. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yep. Okay, for $200, the worst KISS show you attended was?
Manchester with You.
Easy. That was an easy one. Yep. For $300, the worst KISS book ever written is?
I haven't read it, but apparently there's a Ace Girlfriend book.
I've heard about that.
Plugging his ass full of fucking sex toys. No need for that shit.
I'm surprised this didn't roll right off your tongue. It's fucking Paul's backstage pass.
If we're gonna go like that, from any member, that's the worst.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
You're right. Good call. Good call.
For $400, the worst KISS song is
Shandy.
Oh, come on.
fucking horrendous.
As much as I hate Freak, I always come back to I finally found my way. I'm sorry. I love Peter. It's terrible. I just can't do it. All right. And the final one for $500. The worst Kiss music video is.
I'm trying to run them through my head. So give me a second here.
Okay.
It's either Crazy Nights or All Night.
Okay.
With the peephole.
All right. I'm gonna say Tears Are Falling.
No.
With the rain and the fucking Paul does little windshield wipers with his
I thought that chick was cute back then.
Yeah, she was cute. Either that.
And Bruce did the solo in the shower.
Yeah,
Who didn't fucking air guitar in the shower to Bruce doing
poor
to
Bruce.
fucking that? So I mean, I give him credit for that stuff. So
no, I know. That's true. I'm surprised, Zeus. I can't believe you didn't nail this one. I thought for sure you would have went with A World Without Heroes when Gene cries.
But they're all in makeup though.
Oh, okay. So that's fair. All right, that's a good exception. Hey, John, that's a good one right there. All right, next we got one from Vidal Espinoza. I think we may have covered this one years back, but again, this is our 6th mailbag. You guys are made honorary members of KISS. What is your animal gimmick or character, and what does the makeup look like?
We've done this.
Go ahead.
We did this. I said mine was like a Greek god, but I would have like lightning bolts or something.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of like almost like Ace, but
yeah, I can't remember what the hell I said, but mine would be something based on like a lion, but not like the fucking lion from The Wizard of Oz. Something
put
like
him up. Put him up.
Yeah, something like that. I wouldn't wear a fucking
James
lion.
Hetfield?
Yeah, I wouldn't wear a lion's mane around my head or anything, but I would have something animal based like that. Yeah. Yeah, the Greek god thing would be cool. All right, here's a good one. This comes from Brad Sunday. When a few months go by and you guys are listening to other things and you're in a Kiss mood, what albums do each of you go to? Mine are Lick It Up or Crazy Nights. My favorite era is 76 through 77, but I'm so oversaturated with those albums.
Okay, so you're saying what album do I decide to pull up? Albums that I don't tend to hear songs a lot from.
Yep.
Dress to Kill, when you think of like Two Timer and stuff like that. I would probably say, I know you're not going to like this, Sonic Boom.
Yeah,
I like.
Okay. Yeah.
I would possibly, and obviously Lick It Up.
Yeah, I would say something for me. It's something like Animalize, Hot in the Shade. You know, songs that you don't hear all the time. From the makeup era, I would probably say Dress to Kill, maybe. You know, I mean, it's one of my favorite albums anyways. I listen to that all the time. It's weird because, you know, I think there's reasons why we go to certain albums and reasons why we stay away from other certain albums, not stay away. But yeah, it's a great question, but I can tell you right now, Love Gun's my all-time favorite album. There are very few times where I go and seek out that album just because I fucking
Same thing with Destroyer. I mean, they're on every album, but I do like running through the original versions of Detroit Rock City right through how it bleeds into King of the Nighttime World and then God of Thunder with the kids and stuff.
Yep. Joey, don't call me tight pants dumbbell curl Romanek. If your house was on fire and you only had time to save one piece of Kiss memorabilia, what are you saving? Well, this is easy for me.
Maybe the only thing worth anything is that golden ticket I have. Or probably Hall of Famer Gary Capps shouted out Loudcast fucking design that he made for his logo thing up there.
The 3D logo. Yep.
The Peter Criss, which is given to me as a 50th birthday gift from a great friend and the ultimate fucking Hall of Famer. I Love It Louder. He gave me a signed Peter Criss solo album. I would probably say that.
What about my vault?
Fucking breaking my back for Gene Simmons' 15th versions of Weapons of Mass Destruction.
It's got wheels on it. Push it. For me, this is easy. It would be my original 1977 copy of Love Gun that I have framed that I got from my cousin that started the whole thing. Either that, if that, I'll just do like an honorable mention. It would be something from the Gene Vegas weekend. You know, that road case that we got that we kind of have split.
Oh,
That's
fuck, that just reminds me. I never split that shit with you.
I sold it all. Too bad. It's all gone.
That and the fucking thing you have from the cruise.
What do I have from the cruise?
The members signed photo and all that.
It's all right here, right behind me. It's all right here.
We were supposed to split all that.
Well, I'll split the money. I'll split the money after I sold it all on eBay. I'm kidding. I didn't do that.
I forgot all about it.
Josh Brown says, if you could see one KISS song in any scene of a movie, what song would it be? What movie? And why is the correct answer Time Traveler from Highlander?
That's fucking horrendous.
I love it. That's fucking
horrendous.
Great. It's one song in one movie.
I'm thinking of a good car drive. What's a good car drive? Someone gets in the car and hits the highway.
Doing 69?
No, not doing 69. But like, for instance, the scene in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when they get in the car and Deep Purple is playing and Hush is playing.
Yeah.
So something like that scene and like Good Girl Gone Bad is playing with fucking that loud bass and somebody's driving down a strip of Hollywood and all these hot chicks and stuff.
Yep.
And that music is just blasting. That or another fucking drunk driving movie in Detroit Rock City is starting it up.
Jeez. Why do you got to bring that up? For me, it would be the movie American Werewolf in London, the greatest werewolf movie ever made. The scene when he is transforming into a werewolf, and it would be Almost Human.
I was going to say, if you say Almost Human, that scene would then become comical.
Well, yeah, but it is, that's the thing. The scene is comical now because it's Bad Moon Rising playing. So it's like this like uplifting kind of jolly sing-along song while he's turning into a werewolf. Yeah. No, I would do almost Human American Werewolf in London. Or I would do something like My Way at the end credits of Karate Kid.
Oh, God. Puke. Puke.
All right. This one comes from Stephen Chappelle. Maybe this has been discussed before, but when KISS was looking for a replacement for Ace, do you think there was any consideration given to George Lynch? Since Gene was at the Starwood to see the boys when he discovered Van Halen and Dokken really hadn't done much yet. Also, if he had joined the band, any thoughts on makeup character and if he would have been a longer-term fit than Vinny? If he stuck around longer than Vinny, perhaps we don't get Bruce in the band, which would be a bummer, but KISS would have had a run with George Lynch.
No way. If you listen to George Lynch's tone, that is so distinctive and his sound is so distinctive. No way would that fit in KISS as the KISS guitarist. It would change their whole sound. There's no way you could make it. And if he did come in, he would come in maybe as the Snake, tall, slender thing.
So I think his tone would fit the band. I just think George Lynch is a grouch and wouldn't fucking paint his face. I just think they'd be like, I just think George Lynch would be like, this is stupid. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, he's a miserable fuck.
Yeah, he's not a happy guy. Yeah. But you're right. It would have been.
I think his tone would be way too. It wouldn't fit KISS. You can hear George Lynch and you know exactly who that is.
Yeah, but
there's no way that would work.
But that was the sound. I mean, you throw George Lynch on fucking Animal
Who else sounds like him?
No, I'm nobody. But I'm saying it's not like it's a bad. You don't think he could have fucking?
He would change every guitar. Like every guitar thing would be like, oh wow, KISS is so different now with that guitarist in there. I think it would change completely the sound. Think about it this way. Even the videos of the concerts from Vinnie Vincent, that was fucking brutal.
Oh God,
the non like Vinnie Vincent songs, like the older shit.
Yeah, awful.
That did not sound like KISS. That was awful.
No.
That's what I'm saying. It just couldn't work.
Well, Don Dokken, George Lynch would have fought. He would have
sweating.
Oh, big fat sweaty Don. George Lynch would have. He would have sounded like a disaster trying to do like Deuce. But I'm talking about George Lynch moving forward in the 80s with 80s KISS.
Yeah, I just don't think it would work. But go
okay.
ahead.
All right. This one comes from Gino.
Hey,
Not-
Gino
Hey.
Cavallini.
Is there any Kiss album that you think could have had a better, more fitting title? I've always thought Love Gun should have been called Almost Human.
No, that'd be way too genish,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
A different title?
Yes.
I guess I would say you make music from the elder. It's just a boy.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I mean, Sonic Boom could have been I don't know, something different. You're right. I'm not a big fan of that album title. I think Monster is terrible because it's not a monster.
Oh, they mailed it in with that one.
Yeah, and there's too many other albums named Monster.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I think for me, and I know it fit the album artwork because it was a goof, but I think Unmasked was fucking stupid. I get it. It fit the
yeah, I think it's the worst fucking. Now I think about it, that title and stuff, because they didn't go Unmasked, and then you got Lick It Up that comes on when they did go Unmasked.
Right. Unmasked could have been called something, like Naked City or like fucking something different than Unmasked. But they did it. They did that. That was tongue in cheek.
Or Animalized could have been Heaven's on Fire.
Yeah. But then we would have been cheated out of that beautiful album cover, which is terrible. Terrible. Pew, pew, pew.
Could have mean you could have done Icons for something.
Yeah.
On Unmasked Icons.
Yeah. This one comes from Mark Bomer. He's talking about the Winterland 1975 concert. Multitudes of classic movies have been colorized. How well do you think a colorized version of Winterland would do? Complete with brightening of the dark spots, enhanced audio, etc.
No, that's
exactly.
That's what gives it its
aura.
Fucking aura is that candelabra, the darkness of it, black and white, almost. And Gene looks like a fucking horror villain from the 1930s. No,
I totally agree. The whole thing about it's like, would you want the original Dracula to be colorized? No. It's the mystique. It's what makes it what it is. Now, if it came out, would we watch it? Yeah, of course we'd watch it. But I'm like, nah, I don't like this. You ever see the colorized version of It's a Wonderful Life? It's terrible. It's awful. Nobody wants that.
How are you, Sam?
Oh my God. Well, I just came in to get warm.
Well, Mr. Potter, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. You stole my money. Dude, does that bother you? I gotta ask you.
Does
it
bother me?
Bother you that they never fucking went back at the end of It's a Wonderful Life and go, that fucking old bastard stole my money?
You're right. That really is unfinished business.
That
I agree.
fucking bugs me.
I agree.
How about the guy pushing Potter? How about that guy?
Oh, yeah.
You know how miserable that guy's life must have been pushing him? He might have been like, I'm gonna fucking rat that fucker out.
Love that movie. It's fucking so good.
Oh, it's the greatest.
So good. And we're going to finish up mailbag number 6 with our good friend Peter Wexler, also known as Swede in New York, who we got to hang out with in Madison Square Garden, sat right in front of us, got our picture taken with him and everything in New York. He has a what if question.
Mm-hmm.
What if Watching You was on the debut album?
Ooh.
Hold on. Wait, there's more. The original Eddie Kramer produced KISS 5-song demo from Electric Lady Studios included Watching You. What if that song would have made the debut album in addition to the original 9 songs? Would the inclusion of this change your ranking of the album?
Nothing comes out?
Nothing comes out.
Yeah, it would move it up the fucking food chain. It would probably be number 3 for me.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that would make, because to me, I think the debut album is borderline perfect. You throw Watching You on there. I mean, I already have the debut album ranked very high.
You have it as 5. I have it as 6.
Right.
It would leapfrog everything except for Lick It Up and Destroyer.
See, it would be hard for me because my Mount Rushmore is Love Gun, Dynasty, Dress to Kill, Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Putting Watching You on there would definitely definitely challenge Revenge at putting it at number 4. Yeah, watching you on that would be fucking great. Not only is the song awesome, but then you'd get that production that the debut album has with Watching You. So I think that'd be great. Well, Zeus, that wraps up mailbag number 6.
Nice. Hey, thank you to Patreon. Thank you to the non-Patrons, because we can use those questions for questions of the week coming up.
Absolutely.
But we really appreciate it. We really thank you guys for all your help, and much appreciated. Until next year.
Yes.
So we always end mailbag with a question we each ask each other.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to ask you something point blank, and Tom doesn't know I'm going to ask him this.
I have no idea.
And I want to see and hear his reaction, and you guys might find this stuff interesting. How long does Shout Out Loudcast go?
Oh, God. Honestly, no, it's there's no way to answer that question because neither one of us have any intention of it ending. So, I mean, God willing, we remain healthy and our lives stay in a situation where we can continue to do this. So whether or not it remains 100% Kiss centric.
That's what I mean by that, Tom.
Okay. Oh, in that case, this is our last episode. See you later.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look, we're going to be doing a podcast, right or wrong.
The Kiss
for
stuff.
A while, I don't feel like us ending.
Well,
we Shout It Out Loudcast.
Yeah, we've had conversations about this where there's a bunch of things that we absolutely positively want to do that's Kiss related.
Yep.
And then after that, I think we'll just reassess where we are. Well, Shout It Out Loudcast itself is not going anywhere, but the Kiss centric aspect of it, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, I'll answer that as well for me. So for me, I see this going until one of us finally snaps and says, "That's it. I've had enough."
Oh, I've had enough. I already snapped.
Yeah, it's a chronic text that we have with each other where we're each talking each other off the ledge.
Yep.
Thankfully, we've never hit the part where we're both on that same ledge at the same time. No. Being like, "I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of it."
No, we have too much fun.
And as we've said all along, it's really not our love of the music or discussing Kiss. It's the peripheral bullshit that you guys don't see and don't get sometimes of running a podcast or a Kiss podcast and being surrounded by these other things, forces around us.
Yep.
The stupid shit, the fucking slights, the fucking jabs, the fucking backstabbing, the stupid fucking comments, the
Kiss tards.
Thank you. The dealing with Kiss tards, the dealing with nonsense.
Yep.
It makes it difficult to enjoy talking about Kiss.
Correct.
So you try to block that shit out as much as you can, but it comes a certain point in time that I want to just be like, throw my hands up in the air and be like, you know what? You fucking morons want to be like this with Kiss? Have at it without Shout Out Loudcast, and good luck listening to these fucking shit shows.
Agreed. I have a simpler question. It's not as introspective and thought-provoking.
Okay.
Do you think it would have helped? Because I still think it was one of the biggest missteps that Kiss ever did. Why didn't they release a soundtrack for Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park? Could have been a combination of the live performance that they did during the movie. Could have been a mixture of solo album songs, because those were part of the movie in the overseas version when they did Attack of the Phantoms. Why did they not do a companion album to the movie? And if they did, would that have helped anything?
I don't think they wanted to continue. I mean, I think if you read all the quotes and stuff, even halfway filming, never mind filming this movie, they were so like, this is a fucking joke. This is stupid. This ain't going to work. They weren't thinking of creative ways to continue the movie, make it bigger. They were just like, let's just fucking wrap this up.
Right.
Do I think it'd make it bigger? No, I think it'd be another thing for us Kiss tards to purchase, and it'd be a gold or platinum album.
Yeah.
Do I think it's going to continue their legacy? No, because at that point in 78, after the solo albums, after the stupid shit, and then they get into the I Was Made for Loving You and the disco shit, I don't see how that album, after they just had Kiss Alive 2 out, which was this bombastic, incredible live album, how this is going to make a big difference.
Yeah.
It actually looked like a fucking cash grab.
Yeah. I just feel like as a fan, I would have loved to have had some kind of physical copy, some kind of physical.
Now, after the fact, it would work. But in 78, 79 there.
There's bootlegs of it out there. I have it on vinyl. There's bootlegs of it, which are, it's just kind of the audio performance of the show that they did. But yeah, I just always thought it was weird that they didn't just even like a 5-song EP, something to just go with the movie to at least draw people in, because they just did the movie and it went away. But you're right. At that point, the band was fractured. They were a mess. It was useless. There was nothing there.
Yeah. All right, Tom. That wraps up Question of the Week, which is done by us on each other. Where can people find us?
Always go to our website. We mentioned that already, shoutoutoutloudcast.com. That's where you can find everything related to the show, all of our episodes, Shout Out Loudcast, ARC, Dorm Damage, Zeppelin Chronicles, links to all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, links to our Patreon. We mentioned that. Links to our Amazon shopping, Shout Out Loudcast merch. You can comment on there. It's the best place. Right on the landing page is a link to buy our book, Raise Your Glasses. And hope you checked out our appearance on Eddie Trunk's show. If not, it's a bonus episode. You can listen to that. And our email, we always like to tell people to keep emailing us, shoutoutoutloudcast@gmail.com. And we always like to remind you that we are a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network of shows.
Yeah, you can always DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Catch us on Threads and TikTok, motherfucker. Check out our Spotify playlist. Maybe there's some hidden hits there. Anyway, check those out. You find it by going to the profile, not our actual podcast. That's how you can find the playlist to certain songs and episodes. Then you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We just put up our conversation with Eddie Trunk on there, and that's doing extremely well. And again, part of our future, and thanks to our Patreon family, will be some more video stuff that'll be coming in the near future. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get a lot of stuff out of that.
Yep.
Give us one of those 5-star child reviews on Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you can get your leave a 5-star review. And we actually have one, Tom.
Do it. Read it.
All right. This is from one of our favorite female listeners and part of the Shout Out Loudcast family. We all know her as the great and wonderful Tally Faulkner. Faulkner? Yeah, I'm not going to tell you again. I'm not gonna. The cat, it's a cat.
You pothead fucker.
Well, Florence Nightingale can play that. That was a big shot.
That was a big shot. Or as your people like to call it, a popa.
Yeah, I like something like. Yeah, Greg's a nurse. She writes, if you're a KISS fan and you're not listening to Shout Out Loudcast, do you even like KISS? No. 5 stars. Here you go. If you're a KISS fan, there's simply no podcast like Shout Out Loudcast with Tom and Zeus. I've been a long-time listener, and I can say with authority that no other KISS podcast even comes close to what these two bring to the table. Every episode is a perfect blend of humor, insight, and passion. It's funny, informative, innovative, and just quirky enough to keep you hooked from start to finish. Tom and Zeus have crafted something truly special, filled with catchphrases, spot-on impressions, and even a revolving door of celebrity guests. The energy and camaraderie they share are infectious, making it feel like a genuine community, the kind of chemistry that you feel that you're hanging out with your funniest, loudest friends. Plus, they draw in other passionate KISS fans from all over, each with stories and memories that just add to the magic of the show. Listening to Shout Out Loudcast isn't just fun. It's basically public service for KISS fans everywhere. So whether you're at work pretending to be busy or just being the KISS star you were born to be, Tom and Zeus are there with jokes, deep dives, and debates that make you laugh, think, and wonder how you've lived so long without them. They have set a new standard in KISS podcast, and once you tune in, you'll understand why nothing else compares. Long story short, if you're not listening, you're missing out. Get on it. Tally Faulkner,
Jesus
Germany.
Christ.
That should be on our tombstone, Tom.
I mean, it is rare, if ever, for me to be speechless, Tally. But that thing, all I can say is thank you. That's just amazing. Thank you.
Not only is she gorgeous, she's brilliant as well.
Yes, she checks off all the boxes.
Yeah, she checks off a lot of boxes. She is the ultimate Loudcast female listener, and we love her, and she's the best, and she knows how we feel about her.
Love it.
Tally, thank you for that. Let's see if any of you guys can top that one.
You can't.
You can try.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody out there that's listening that enjoys our show and wants to do us a favor, go on Amazon and give us a 5-star review for Raise Your Glasses.
Yes,
That'd be
please.
big help to us.
Yes.
Our appearance on Eddie Trunk Show just skyrocketed the sales again.
Yep.
So thank you, Eddie. To get us out to more of the masses, give us one of those 5-star reviews on there. It helps us out tremendously. So if you want to buy the book, you can go to Amazon or go to shoutitoutloudcast.com. Right on the landing page. It's right there. So want to help us out? Pick up the book, become a Patreon member, and support Shout It Out Loudcast. Tom, what we like to do is end on famous last words. Do you have any?
Ooh. And I'm standing here, not quite aware. And I'm trying, baby. Trying not to stare. And there was no way I was going to try that high-pitched squeal that Gene does in that song. That was never going to happen.
While the city sleeps.
Oh, jeez.
It's all there in black and white. While the city sleeps. Through the eye of the needle, gotta thread your life. While the city sleeps. While the city sleeps.
Jesus Christ.
While Gene sleeps through writing a song.
Yikes.
Hey, Patreon family, Kiss Tards, Loudcasters, Kiss Army, Tom, thank you.
Special extra big thanks this week to our patrons for our wonderful mailbag. You guys rock. Thank you so much, Loudcasters. Everybody else, amazing. Zeus, as always, my friend. Thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Hit the music. What I'd like now is for all you fat, out of shape, worldwide kiss tards to keep the noise down while I show your ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
Listen, all you people out there sitting on rented furniture, settle down.
Cut the music. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?